All right, so I decided to pull the blue car in today. I really wanted to kind of just do like a walk around, show some of the aftermarket parts that I have on this car. I did make a list of everything that I have on here, and I kind of tried to do a price quote. Okay, so I basically came up with we'll just say $11,600 in parts. Okay, now that doesn't include any of the shipping, no tax that would need to be paid. There was a couple parts that I couldn't find prices for because they're no longer produced. So a couple things were kind of hard. I didn't price the front emblem here on the bumper because I couldn't find anything, but I think that was, maybe 30 or 40 bucks. The headlights I didn't price because they're kind of worn, but headlights are usually like $100. This car has LED bulbs all over the place. I didn't even worry about adding that stuff up. And there is no estimate on any of the install labor on any of this stuff. So let's just walk around. I'll try to point out some of this stuff. I'll probably miss a bunch of stuff. I do have a list of parts that I do want to install onto this car yet. But this is where we're at. Like I said, this is $11,600 in aftermarket parts. And like I said, I have some other things. So, all right, let's start out in the front. Right now we have the AGP race mount intercooler. Now this one does have a crash bar. I could not find a price for the crash bar. That crash bar price is not included. I figure a crash bar is probably 200 bucks, but no one lists one. There's actually one up in here, okay? Pretty cool. Seen it when I had the bumper off. You know what I mean? We have this emblem here, came from Modern. I think these are CBD, whatever, carbon fiberglass eyelids. I did put new fog lights in, but we didn't add any of that stuff. So we have the cover, we have blue hoses, MPX catch can, HKS blow-off valve with a hard pipe on this side. We have the AGP hard pipe on this side. I didn't add in any of this. Is like a $30 oil cap. I didn't add in the powder coated valve cover. These right here, I think this was like 60 bucks. I think these are still available somewhere. I found some prices for these. I think it was like $150 or $130 front and rear. I believe this is an older AGP kit that was black, or this was coated black. I don't know, because this was on this car when I got it. These are around like 230 bucks. So figure if you had to take this thing out and get it coated black, man, add another 100 bucks on that, just easy. I know Modern has these on. This has a Granatelli wires. I didn't add that. We didn't add for that cap. Oh my goodness, what else? The Boomba rails. Now this is the older one, older blue. I'm told you can't get them that color anymore. I didn't add anything for the gauge either. Okay, we added for the dipstick. These things, man, when you could buy these, you could get them for like 140. These are almost $200 now. We have the Torque Solution mounts on here. We added those up. We have the kit. It has an SDK center mount on it, but I'm going to switch that out to an AGP just because I'm picky. We have BC coilovers here on here, front and rear with the camber kits. If you take a look through our wheel, we have the wheel with brakes. Big upgrade there. I did price these wheels. I didn't price the tires. Obviously, these ones are well worn. But if you had to put tires on and you were putting those on, those Michelin Pilots when I did them, they were 160 bucks a tire. I did the rear calipers. I painted those. I bought the aftermarket coated black rotors. We have Hotchkiss sway bars. Okay. Depot taillights. We didn't add in for the WeatherTech guards. These are 90 bucks. We didn't add those into the price. We did add in our floor mats in here. Our Hurst shifter. We added in our gauge pods. And here, and these gauges. What else? I did not add in the plug and play harness for the watt box or the watt box or this. So, I mean, there's another 300 bucks easy right there. Finding more stuff. Didn't add in for these. They're actually starting to show. These were just like a carbon fiber stick-on that are actually feel like carbon fiber, but they're starting to show their age there. All right, now said, here's our charge pipe, our Hotchkiss sway bar. We have MPX, catback, and downpipe, and the 3-inch O2 housing. There's our BC coils in the front, our braided lines. Like I said, it has an ACT clutch inside. Didn't add anything in here for the shorty antenna. We did add in for the hood struts. We didn't add anything in. We didn't add anything in for tinted windows. That stuff costs money. So basically here, this is what I came up with. Found most of my prices. Found most of the prices just online real quick. If you had to buy these parts pretty much today, okay? Like I said, I know you can't find these. I couldn't find a price for this. So I just guessed on that one. So front and rear Hotchkiss sway bars. I mean, you can see, go right on to Modern today and see these prices. BC coils with camber plates in the rear. Front control arm bushings. Rear aftermarket adjustable control arms. I did put PT spindles on here with Mopar wheel bearings, and I did install the ARP long studs in the front. I didn't find a price for them, so I didn't add that in. Here's your 4-piston kit. Now, that are the black ones with the slotted and drilled rotors and the lines. You go on, this is what this is going to cost you. To get the braided hoses for the rear, you have to buy these whole kits. When I bought this, it was less, but now today, if you had to buy this just for your rear lines, because I couldn't find them separate, that's what that costs. Hawk pads and the slotted drilled rotors, I'm just going to give myself $150 for them. If you had to buy the wheels new, right there, $688. Like I said, no tax, no shipping. Both strut bars, front and rear, I'm figuring are around $280. Here's your O2 housing. Here is your full exhaust. AGP front mount is this. I did not add the $200 onto that, like I said, for the crash bar. That's kind of an estimate. I don't know. I couldn't find a listing for this. Cold side pipe with the HKS. Okay. That is $469. The other pipe on this side, basically $90. SDK center mount. I know they're around $90. When I ordered that, I got it on eBay. The torque solution kit is that. Here's your ACT street disc. Here's your AGP fork. Your catch can with the choke and the drain kit on it. Okay, that's what that cost. You get on that right on there. Okay, so we have the blue Samco Sport hoses, basically the ones that are on Modern, $100. Boomba fuel rail. Now, if you're buying it, almost $200. Hood shot kit, $100. AGP wastegate. Back here in the back. Okay. It's the older one, kind of hard to see. 180 DCR dipstick. This is just for the standard, because this engine in this car right now, this is stock. Intake stock, turbo stock, manifold stock. Transmission itself is stock. Okay, where are we at? Back up. Okay, nostril badge. Easy one. You can get them right on Modern. I kind of went off of their price. I figure, you know, they were listing $159 right here for the eyelids on Modern, for the fiberglass one. So I figured till you got these paint matched. I don't know if you could still get them anywhere else now, paint matched or not. I figure, you know, like I said, I think this is like $230 right now on Modern, and then like I said, it is coated black. I couldn't find one, so I kind of wrote down $240 for that. The heat shield you can still get. I found those. Those are $59. This core support, I looked on their site. They are offering them stuff for like Subarus for anywhere from $50 to $150. So I kind of figure, you know, this has got to be worth $80. Now the boost gauge, they're $170. Fuel gauge for like your oil or your gas. AEM ones, they're $11.99. Fail safe gauge. The one that I have is an older one, but this is probably the closest. Like I said, we're trying to figure if we were going to build this right now today, what some of this stuff would cost. Now I got the MPX blue floor mats, dual pillar pod gauge, dual dash gauge, depot taillights, aftermarket front end links, and then we have the kinetic fuel pump rewire. Like I said, I didn't add in the watt box or the boost box. These are the gauges. I did have keys here. I'll light this up. We'll light this dash up and take a look at these gauges. Just add that in there. Wrong key. There's neon keys everywhere. So there we go. It's got some light blue LEDs. See, it's an older fail-safe. It still works good. This will read boost and everything both at one time. Like I said, this one's not hooked up. I'm actually going to run my AFR over to here, and then I'm going to put my oil and my fuel pressure over here. And then, like I said, we have the watt box is tucked down in here, and I actually have the blue shift light right here set up. So that stuff's all there. And underneath, like I said, we had our braided lines, our Russell braided lines are here. There's the rear control arms. I did look on Modern. They had ones close to this, but they didn't have the grease fittings. So I just kind of went off of their price because I couldn't find anything that looked like these. I'm not sure the brand. Ugh. Hopefully, like I said, I was just tripping over tools. Really curious to see what I actually had here. So, I mean, if we actually add in a couple of the other parts, I mean, we're basically like 11.6, you know, we're over the $12,000 mark in just aftermarket parts if we wanted to open the book and order some of the stuff that's on here. Because, like I said, we have the watt box, the fuel, the rewire harness, and a couple of the other things that I didn't add in there. All would kick that up pretty easy. I used the tuner lugs when I did these, and I did just grind the tops off so they fit. I do need to get some new center caps. I might even try to go with a different wheel on this car. And like I said, I do need new tires, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. These aren't the right seats for here. I'm sure you're seeing this. We have the blue floor mat. We have the CE seats with the blue. I was going to look into getting these reupholstered and then try to get a boot made with some blue stitching and maybe do a couple other things on this interior just to kind of give it a little bit of a little bit more of a look, to spice it up a little bit without getting too, you know what I mean? I don't like too much, just a little bit. But the blue stitching and stuff, and then I've seen they're now, like a couple guys did recently post, they posted them aftermarket steering wheels. That would be kind of cool with the blue stripe here in the middle, just to give it a little bit more look, because like I said, I really like my blue, and this car is starting to show its age with the blue paint, with the cracking all over it, just getting dried out. So this thing's going to be due for a paint job pretty soon. So I just kind of wanted to go over everything like I was saying, and man, I really hate to have to build this car right now. It wouldn't be cheap. All right, well, we can add one more thing to the list on the blue car. We just got done installing one of these MPX rear diffusers that I had powder coated black. Oh boy.